Hi everyone, welcome to It's As Easy as AAC. Different setting today, and I'm going to talk about a topic I'm really interested about. We're talking about shared reading. I planned it all out because I have a lot to say. So we're talking about shared reading, which is just adult modeling proficient reading skills for a student. So it's a lot like how we model on a communication device. So first step of shared reading is making it engaging. So maybe you have a couple different books that you could use because we want it to be engaging but also goal directed. So whenever I put that caveat in there, but goal directed, I think of a student who I used to work with who hated reading. He did not want anything to do with it, but you could trick him into reading. He turned out to really enjoy liking reading menus. So together we read a lot of menus, and I would actually make my own menus in Boardmaker and things like that. And the descriptions of like the food, I would put whatever we were working on as our goal that day. So if we were working a lot on descriptions and adjectives, our descriptions would be in the description of the food. Like, this is a delicious sandwich, a gigantic sandwich, things like that. Or make little stories about the food within it. So I kind of tricked him into wanting to read. So we want it to be engaging, but goal-driven. So maybe we want to work really on verbs. So choose a book with a lot of action words, working on expanding utterances, asking questions, things like that. And just like any student who is working on something in the gen ed setting, they get a rubric and they know what their expectations are. So it's really important that with the AAC users, we're telling them, today we're really working on those verbs. And those verbs that we might work on are go, and we're going to work on help and feel. We're going to see those words a lot in our book. The book I grabbed is Arthur Writes a Story. We're just using it as an example. So maybe we're working a lot on the verb of do. He's going to do that. And we can go to actions. Right. So showing them what we're expecting. Also making sure that we're choosing a book that's near their level language-wise. And so not overdoing it and setting our bar too high, but making sure it's something that they can understand and participate in. So sometimes for a student with a lower language level, instead of reading the whole page, you might read just the first sentence or give them a little synopsis on it. Again, we're just modeling the proficient reading skills. And you're going to follow the same approach you do when you're modeling, that s'mores approach of slowing down, repeating things. So if there's a big emphasis, he's writing a story and he hurried to the library, he had to go to the library. I'm saying it again. I really want them to know that they had to go to the library. And so I could model that word too. Go. And that last S in the s'mores approach that we've talked about before is stop. So before I turn the page or say anything else, I'm going to give that student a second to respond. And maybe they're not taking it, so I'm sitting there and I'm counting to myself to 10. So, okay, they're not doing anything. Well, I can make a comment. Oh, he's going so fast. Or maybe make a connection to something you did. Maybe your class went to the library today. Hey, we went to the library today. You got a book about animals. We went to the library. Or tomorrow we will go to the library, since that's our word we're working on. I would maybe not ask so many questions. I feel like a lot of those AAC users resort to having them answer a lot of questions. We will kind of berate them with questions, and we want them more novel utterances and them to make comments. So slowing it down there. So giving them the opportunity, not pushing them. So maybe they're just like, oh, he's on a bike. Maybe they're saying bike. They see a bike. They're interested in that. And so we could be like, oh, yeah, you're right. Arthur's on a bike. He's going on a bike. So taking it back to that goal. And we added one more. So we expanded that E in s'mores. We expanded on their utterance. For some kids, they're just not interested in books. Or sometimes the actual book is overwhelming. It's something we can throw out, hurting the pages. It's not as high interest maybe. So we can make a lot of books on Google Docs. I've made so many books on there where we're just pressing through. It's also good because we can make a book truly at a student's level, and we're not kind of having to summarize it as we go. It could be something we have already made. There's an app called Book Creator that I know I've talked a lot to people about. It's awesome to make books. I have students make their own books in it. Tar Heel Reader is another opportunity and a place to make books. It's for free. There's a lot of great books out there. Just read them before you download them because they're made by other people, and you just want to make sure we're showing appropriate things. But so giving them other opportunities. YouTube is a great way to find books, and you can just Google it, find a book read by someone else, and a lot of times that can be interesting. So that's just a little bit about literacy for AAC, and I'm excited to talk to you guys more about it. Have a great day.